Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Shores, One Story. I'm your host, Matthew, and it is a welcome back for me, because I was not here last week. As some of you know, I had to take a week off because I had to study for a test, and that test is done. Woo! Yay! But yeah, I was glad to take the time off because I studied literally every day for more than 2 hours at least. I felt it was a lot. I did so many practice tests, so many questions, and then the day happened and I don't know how well I did. I really don't know. I thought I did okay on grammar and the reading section. The vocab section is always my worst section. I don't know any of the vocab words. And because of that, well, I'm not too sure. I think I'll have to do it again, unfortunately. Yeah. But we're finished. Yay. I think after we took the test, the answers were kind of officially, or leaked kind of, not officially, but they were leaked. So me and my friends were looking at the answers and trying to see like what we got, but you can't really know until they mark the questions because they scale it up. So if there's a question that's really difficult, they might get you a higher score if you got that right. And if it's really easy, then they might lower your score. So maybe I'll pass because of that. Or maybe even better, I might help someone pass because I got a lot of questions wrong, unfortunately. So that's how that's going. Yeah, so I looked at my answers and I wasn't sad. I was just angry, I guess. I felt that I needed to, or I should have known the answers. So instead of taking a week break or whatever, yesterday I had a nice break. I came home, played games, watched a movie, but starting today, I have already refined my Anki, which is a flashcard application. I've talked about it many times before on the show. I'm going to, so what did I do? In the morning, when I had some time, I decided to put all of my vocab words into one deck because I have separate decks for different things, but really they're the same stuff. Like I have one for books, N2 or N1 stuff that I don't know, and a sentence mining deck, which is my main deck, I guess. And what I decided to do is because they're all words that I've experienced in real life through context. I didn't know the N1 words, so I put them there when I was doing the tests. There was words I didn't know when I was reading, so I put them on a flashcard deck. Or I was reading words online, maybe through a article or something like that. So I just decided to put them into one section because I hope that's easier, and I'm really going to try and review every day because that is my hardest thing. I don't like reviewing. I like to learn new things and just move on. And I can't do that. It's not good because I'm learning, but I'm not making it concrete because I'm not using it or I'm not encountering it many times. So I need to review. Very important. If you're not reviewing, do it. It's the message to me in the future. I need to review. More than learn new things, reviewing is so important. So, I'm already prepared that I will fail this test. Unfortunately, I don't think I did very well. I'm going to be focusing on reading more and vocab because vocab is so useful for reading. It's kind of, you don't really realize, but, well, maybe you do. I didn't as much. But it helps you grasp the meaning if you know the vocab, right? makes sense. So I think I would have struggled less if I knew the grammar and also the vocab, because I could have grasped the meaning way faster. I could have really understood it more deeply. I was just really trying to guess all the reading stuff because I didn't really know some of the vocab, which was unfortunate. I think vocab, though, was the hardest to study because there's words upon words upon words that exist in a language, and it's very difficult, and a lot of them are similar, I find. Like, I'm done the grammar on Boom Pro, which is on another app, but I'm done the grammar, and I checked the vocab, and I have learned maybe 200 vocab, and I have, 320 more to learn. 3,200 more to learn. It's a lot to learn. So how am I going to do that? I guess it'll be more than 6 months, but the point being is that I want to read, I want to acquire words through context or encounter words through context, thus acquiring them, and I need to put them in an Anki deck and study. I need to review. It's so important. So important. And we'll see. So, third time's a charm. I'm going to work hard to pass this test, no matter what. And the good thing about it being an N1 test is that once I'm done, once I pass this test, I'm done. There's no more JLPT. Done. That's the hope. So that's what I'm going to do. From now on, I'll let you know what happens. And yeah, it's exciting. Now, some other things that I was thinking, enough about the JLPT, but related to Japanese, is, I've been reading more because of the JLPT, and I've been trying to read every hour, every day, once an hour. What? Once a day, every hour. No. Once a day, 1 hour. There we go. My English is getting worse, which maybe is a good thing, but not when I'm teaching English, so sorry for that confusion. I'm trying to read an hour each day, and because of that, I will be finishing books more, which is good. And I was thinking, because I have a podcast, it might be fun to do like a little mini episode on book reviewing. So I can talk about the books I've read and tell you about it and how I've understood it. And if you're interested, you can read it if you can read Japanese. Maybe if there's an English equivalent, you can read that. There's also some movies too. So if I find a movie that is based off the book, I'll let you know. For example, the book I'm currently reading, which is the 6 Lying University Students, or Rokunin Usotsuki na Daigakusei. There is a movie that exists. So I'm excited to learn or watch the movie after I'm done reading the book, which will be soon. I'm very close to being done. And then I'm planning, I have a smaller book that I could read that I did buy, but I do want to finish the Doctor series that I've been reading, so I might have to read both at the same time, because I really like the Doctor series that I'm reading, and I also should be reading other things. I also want to really read the news, because I didn't read it last time for the N1, and I think it is useful to learn that stuff too. I've been reading a lot of literary stuff, but articles not so much. So I want to get better at that, get better at doing that, because it is important to read the news and get an understanding of what's going on in the world, at least for me, what's going on in Japan and maybe my own city. I think I would like to know a lot about that because I don't really know what's going on. I'm someone that likes to be ignorant, I guess. It's easier for me to not know what's going on in the world. I can just focus on other things. So it would be good to start reading articles. It would be good to start reading articles. So those are my plans right now to conquer the N1 test again. This time I focus on grammar, and I think I have a better understanding of N1 grammar. Now it's just vocab and reading again. So just got to work on that stuff, and I'll pass it the next time. If I didn't pass it this time, we'll see. I'm not confident. Yeah. And, Japanese is more than just reading and vocab. There's other things, there's other aspects too. And one aspect that's not related to the N1 is speaking. And I find that my speaking ability is not very good, so I would like to get better at that. And I'm actually not too sure how to get better at that, because I would need a partner or someone to speak with every day and just get patterns, that kind of stuff, figure out how people speak. So the only thing I'm thinking of is just really finding someone I like on YouTube or Netflix and just copying them and just copying people around me to see how they speak, because my speaking is just not the best. I find it's not great. I can't speak I can speak fluently, conversationally, but I was watching some of my students do presentations in Japanese, and I was really impressed. I was like, wow, I need to be better. So those are my current thoughts on that. I need to get better at speaking, reading, to read a lot of stuff. I want to read articles, literary stuff, and also maybe philosophy. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be good to read different genres also. So that is that. That is really all I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I guess, but today, the day of recording, is July 7th, and that is a special day in Japan. It is Tanabata Festival, and what that means is, let me tell you, I need to figure it out. I will read Google. It's something to do with looking up at the sky, looking at the stars. Here it is. Okay, this is from Wikipedia, trustworthy source. So, Tanabata, meaning evening of the 7th, also known as Star Festival, is a Japanese festival originating from the Chinese Chichi, festival. It celebrates the meeting of the deities Orihime and Hikoboshi, represented by the stars Vega and Altair, respectively. According to the legend, the Milky Way separates these lovers, and they are allowed to meet only once a year on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month of the lunar solar calendar. Wow. So that is what it's about. And customs in present-day Japan, people generally celebrate this day by writing wishes, sometimes in the form of a poetry, on tanzaku, which are small pieces of paper, and they hang them on bamboo, and sometimes other decorations. The bamboo and decorations are often set afloat on a river or burned after the festival around midnight or the next day. Very cool. So that is Tanabata, and that's today. So I think I have done Tanabata before when I was an exchange student, and I kind of forgot that it was Tanabata Festival until my students were talking about it. But it's really fun sometimes that the celebrations and festivals that the Japanese culture has, and how it affects my school lunch. You might be wondering, huh? Yeah, so today we had teriyaki hamburgers, and they were shaped in stars. They were star-shaped, and it was great. And they were tasty. But not only that, there was jelly, which had a star on it, and the soup also had star-shaped things as well. So many star things. It was great. It was tasty, and it was great. So, if you're ever in Japan along the 7th, the first week of July, maybe you'll see Tanabata Festival, and if so, please make a wish. I think it would be fun. I think my wish this time would be to pass the N1 because I'm tired of it. So that is my wish for Tanabata Festival, and I will be working hard to reach that goal. Yeah, so I'm excited to talk about how my reviewing is going and that kind of stuff, and I will talk about that in the future. But until then, I will see you later.